Hey guys, and welcome back. And in this video we are going to discuss if I have these few languages with me. I have C, I have Java, I have C Sharp, I have PHP, Ruby, Python and JavaScript. If I have these languages, again there are many more languages than that, but yes, if I have these languages, which one should I focus, which should be my first programming language so I can make a good career with like I can make a good career. Now who should watch this video? If you are a student, then you should watch this video. If you are a working professional and if you're looking to change your career, in that case this video is for you, because I'm going to discuss in very simpler terms. I'm not going to use any bigger terms. So let's start with the very first language, which is C++. Should C++ or C language should be your first language? Well, if we talk about in terms of ease, we would say it is 1 star. Is it relevant? I would say 1 star. Can I make a good career? I would say 2 stars. So basically we are discussing in terms of 3 star. 3 stars means very good, 1 star means bad. So basically why I'm saying this for C++, because these are a bit difficult language to learn. Why? Because they have so many things which are going in the background. So it becomes very difficult if you are a beginner to understand. It has pointers, friend functions, some sort of a thing. So it becomes like memory management. This becomes a bit difficult for a fresher to start with, or like if you're changing your career. So it becomes a bit difficult for you to understand. So not a good language. Like in terms of ease, it's not a good language. In terms of relevance, now the problem with this language is it is used by big companies. Now that is not the problem. This is actually because the big companies actually take the full utilization of the power of this particular language. So like these are Superman language, I would say. This is a Superman language, but yes, nobody knows the true powers, so only big companies use this. If we talk about in terms of small companies or startups, they are not going to use it because it becomes irrelevant for them. Can I make a good career? Yes, if you can get hired yourself in a big company, it's a very good language to learn. But yes, entry level is a bit difficult, and it becomes a bit difficult to find a good career because the small companies or the startups are not using it. Now, again, I'm saying the generalized term, I'm not specifying that nobody uses it, but yes, majority of the startups or the small companies don't use it. So it becomes very difficult to make a good career out of it. So again, should that be your first language? I would say no, it should not be your first language. The second language we are going to now discuss is C Sharp. First of all, is it easy? Well, I would say it is easy. I'm going to give 2 star. Is it relevant? 1 star. No, it is not relevant. Third, can I make a good career? I would say 2 stars. Now, why? There is a reason behind that. First of all, yes, is it easy? Yes, because it covers all the basics concepts of programming. I have written BP. It covers basic concepts of programming. Second, is it relevant? Well, no, it is not relevant for a very specific reason. Again, hardware oriented companies, or the companies like Microsoft is biggest user of C Sharp, I believe. But the companies which work on this C Sharp, or I would say .NET framework, are actually shifting towards another languages, because again they need relevance and they need the new technologies which need the support. And of course it is trying its best to do that, but yes, people are switching to that language. Now again, one of the issue with .NET is, like previously it used to be an issue when it was not open source, but now since it is open source, it has become a bit easy to actually get started. But the problem is it is used by big companies or the small companies which have some traditional software which has to be maintained. So if we talk about in terms of startups, which are cool startups, no, they are not using this particular language. So should you start with this language? Again, that is a no from my side. Third language is Java. Now, why I have separated Java and C Sharp, I'm going to say that. First of all, is it easy? Well, I would say 2 stars. Second, is it relevant? I would say 2.5 stars. And again, yeah, I'm going to say. Third, can I make a good career? Yes, you can make a good career. So I'm going to give it 2 stars for a very specific reason. Why? Is it easy? Yes, it is easy to learn. It's not that easy, but yes, it is one easy language to learn. Is it relevant? Yes, for a very specific reason, Android. Whatever applications you see or run in your Android application, or Android operating system, around 90% of those applications are built using this technology of Java, or I should say language Java. Again, Android is focusing on Kotlin, but yes, that is not yet relevant. Now, if we talk about in terms of can I make a good career? Yes, if you're going to get hired yourself as an Android developer, of course you can make a good career, because of course majority of the companies do have their Android application. But where's the problem? The problem is, apart from Android, it is used by big companies, or again the small companies which have some traditional software which has to be maintained. They are like, if we talk about in terms of startups, we have seen rarely, like I have seen rarely any startup using this particular language to build their new applications these days. So again, this is the scenario with this particular language. Is it easy? Yes, you can make a good career if you're an Android developer. And can I make a good career? Yes, if you jump into Android application development. Otherwise, this is not that good language to get started, especially if you're starting your career. Okay, so let's move to the next language, and let me just cover. I have covered C, C++, Java is done, C# is done, and yeah, these languages are remaining. Fine. Let's get started with PHP. Now, first of all, is it easy to learn? I would say 2 stars. Is it relevant? I would say 1 star. And third, can I make a good career? I would say 2 star. Now, why? First of all, is it easy? Yes, it is easy to learn. If you're a beginner, it is like sort of easy learning process for you to get started with this. Is it relevant? Now, the problem with the relevancy is that it is only used in the backend. You cannot create any other application with PHP anywhere in the world right now. It is not possible. You can only use it in the backend. So pretty much you are limited to the backend. So if you know web development, if you know backend development, then only you are relevant. Otherwise, if you are building some software, if you are building Android applications, again, I'm not talking about everything. This is, if we talk about, it has to meet the backend. Apart from that, it is not used anywhere. It is not used anywhere. If we talk about in terms of making your career, yes, it is used by majority of the big companies. If we talk about Facebook is using that, Wikipedia is using that, WordPress, one of the biggest content management system, is using PHP. Startups are also using it because yes, majority of the startups are learning, like majority of the developers in these startups learn this language. So yes, it is a bit relevant, and you can make a good career out of it. But the only thing is, the craze of PHP is, if we talk about in terms of bell curve, it has reached somewhere here. That means it is all downhill from here. Again, if they make some innovation, if they make something good out of it, again, I cannot predict it, but yes, it is now going down. You can majority of the languages or the companies which are going to hire for PHP, they are going to ask you to maintain a traditional software or the pre-built software. You are not going to make any innovation out of it. The community around PHP is working hard, but yes, it is losing its relevance. Now, if we talk about in terms of Ruby, so is it easy to learn? Yes, it is easy to learn. Second, is it relevant? Well, I would say 1 star. And third, is it career oriented? So I would say 1 star for a very specific reason. Is it easy? Yes, it is easy to learn. Second, if we talk about in terms of relevance, so again, Ruby works in the backend. And of course, you can do the software development through it, but like server applications you can write. But again, like not a lot of companies are using Ruby. Like Twitter is one of the biggest application which is built on Ruby. If we talk about in terms of relevance, so again, the companies which use Ruby are going to hire you. So there are not many of them. So it becomes very difficult, especially in the subcontinent, or if you're aspiring to become a freelancer, it becomes very difficult to actually find yourself a good job, if I may, or the contract which for the company which is going to use Ruby. So again, that is it a good language? No. If you're starting your career, it's not a good language to get started with it. Now the next language is Python, and here things start to change. First, is it easy to learn? I would say, is it easy? I would say 2 star. Is it relevant? So I would say 3 stars. And third point is it career oriented? Well, I would say 3 stars. Now why? First, is it easy? Yes, it is easy. Second, if we talk about in terms of relevance, so I'll tell you what we can do with Python. With Python, I can write web app. I can write server application, I can write scripts, or I would say background scripts. Okay. Fourth, I can write big data application. Fourth, I can write AI applications, and I can also write software applications with this one single language. Okay, so if we talk about in terms of relevance, so I don't see, like, if we talk about web app, if we talk about server, if we talk about scripting, if we talk about backend development, if we talk about big data, I do apologize, big data, artificial intelligence, software development, so you can see your career is almost relevant. It's relevant. It is not going to go away. And if we talk about in terms of career, so you can see if I have so many things I can do with this particular language, it is very easy for me to get started, and it is going to make a good career out of it. So in terms of career aspiration, if you're looking for one language, Python is one good language here. I've not said about JavaScript here, but still, again, as per my analysis, Python is one of the best language you can get started with it. Again, I have some points for JavaScript as well, so I'm going to explain that also. So if we talk about in terms of Python, one good language you can get started and make your career out of it. But let's say you say, I don't have that kind of an aspiration right now. What about JavaScript right now? Again, I do want to remind JavaScript is a scripting language, not a fully fledged programming language. First of all, is it easy? Well, I would say 2 stars. Second, is it relevant? I would say 3 stars, and I'll explain why. Third, can I make a good career out of it? So I would say 3 stars. Now, why? Is it easy? Yes, it is easy. Second, is it relevant? So what I can do, I can write front-end application. I can write back-end application. I can write scripts, back-end scripts. Fourth, I can write Android applications. And I can also write Android scripts, and I can also make plugins for browsers. Okay, and of course games I can make, but I'm not going to delve deeper into that. Now you can see I can do so many things with JavaScript as well. Front end, back end, script writing for the server, Android applications, or also writing or making plugins. So what usually happens if you are in the era, or if you want to stay in the career of web development, this is one of the best language to get started, or you should learn. I can also write programming. I can also write softwares which actually run in your, like, the applications which you download and then you install them. Okay, so you can write these kind of applications, if I may. You can, like, this is the use case of this particular language, and since it has so many use cases, it has so much relevance. But the question is, if JavaScript and Python both have similar sort of a thing, then why we are giving Python the preference, why I'm giving Python the preference? Well, first of all, let's try to understand one thing. With the help of Python, I can write AI application and big data application, which is going to be the future. With JavaScript, I cannot do that. With JavaScript, at max what we can do, I can write front-end application and I can write back-end application. I can also write big data AI based application, but yes, the libraries in JavaScript are not that matured as compared to Python. So that is why it becomes difficult for JavaScript to actually take care of AI and big data. So in conclusion, I would say, yes, thank you for sitting so long and watching this video. I would say if one language you want to get started with, it is Python. For a very specific reason, it has so much relevance for the today's world that it is becoming literally one language which you cannot ignore. So if one language you have to learn to get started with your career, or if you're looking to make a big career, or if you're a student and you're starting to make a career out of it, make a career of yourself, well, in that case, Python is one language. Then you have JavaScript is one language you should focus on at the second part. Again, do apologize for the spelling, and I would not rate any third language, because again, I don't feel that they are worthy for the third position, because they have similarities, they have some differences. So technically it would be an insult for myself and for these languages to put any one of them in the third position and leaving others there. So with this, thank you guys for watching this video. I hope this video answered all your queries. Just in case if you have some queries, there is a big comment box. Just put down the comment and let me know what questions you have. I'm going to post these videos especially for students. I want to keep these videos relevant to students as well as working professionals, because these are the people who need the help most. So with this, thank you guys for watching this video, and I would see you in the next one.